While we had been mostly repaired by Malian's experimental machine on Gexos, we were still not what we had been. We didn't need as much sleep as we did before, but I was still exhausted from everything that had happened. Combined with the boredom of being locked into a transport barge for days at a time, we zoned out into a kind of stasis, a kind of unconsciousness between sleep and wakefulness. I wasn't sure how long we were out when we were woken up by a loud, ear-piercing siren, made even louder by the enclosed space of the barge. "What the hell is happening?" Noa screamed over the sound, plugging their ears with their fingers and struggling to be heard.
"It seems the skinwalkers have found our fleet,"
Tu said, his voice calm and unworried. "You say that like it's not a big damn problem," Noa shouted.
Tu shrugged. "What is the point of worrying? What can we do about it back here? Either the fleet handles it, or we get vented into the vacuum of space and die."
Part of me was jealous that he could compartmentalize the very concept of fear and panic. "Attention!" came the voice of someone over an intercom system. I could barely hear the voice over the siren. "Attention aboard the ship! Our fleet has made contact with the enemy. We're taking evasive maneuvers. Expect an emergency landing and brace for impact."
Tu giggled to himself. "Impact, they say. Crash, I say."
"I know you're like 50% machine and don't care if you die, but could you just not right now?" Noa reached across their seat and slapped him on the shoulder.
"You skinwalkers need to relax," he said. "You've already died a couple of times. What is one more?"
"Because the next one is for good," I countered. Tu's goggle-looking eyes spun and whirled around, and he laughed again.
"Relax. You'll just die stressed out."
The ship shook, and several soldiers were thrown from their seats. I could smell something like smoke in the air, and somewhere around us, venting systems kicked out to purge it from the compartment.
"Woo!"
Tu cheered.
"That was a close one."
"I think I prefer the orderlies to you. At least they don't show emotion," Noa yelled.
"Those faceless eunuchs?"
Tu chuckled.
"What a bunch of joyless twats they are."
The ship rocked again, and the running lights died. If there was anything worse than being trapped in a metal box as someone tried to kill you, it was doing so in pitch darkness. I could hear the screams of terrified soldiers as they were thrown across the compartment, while their officers and members of the Inquisition yelled at them to calm down. Their commands didn't seem to be working. "Attention! Brace for emergency planetfall! I repeat, brace for emergency planetfall!" I wasn't sure if that was the voice of the ship's pilot or not, but hearing the pure terror in their voice did not fill me with confidence. I wasn't even sure how to brace for an emergency landing, as the only thing binding me to my seat was a thin cloth shoulder belt. It made me miss the secure restraints of the Legion ships that would hold us in place no matter what. We must have burst through Eire's atmosphere, because the ship heated up rapidly and shook violently.